Combo State. I don't want to bore everybody with more figures. I think the courtrooms in France by September, I think our lawyers told us the investigative judge might be appointed and we will get more figures from there. But I want to tell people more than that. We thought we had paid all this money and 2 submarines has delivered and they come and park in the shore of Sabah. We are all very safe. Then we realized in Parliament, to our shock, actually the government has not negotiated the maintenance services for the 2 submarines. Means that, which happened now, when the submarine cannot sail and cannot dive, it is not part of the deal. We have to pay extra to keep the submarine diving. Can you imagine you buy something and then they say they're not guaranteed you can run on the roads? So now, we realize that we have to pay 3 more components. One is what they call the spare part lead services. Means that if something goes wrong, you need the spare part. And this is not all the spare parts, because the government said to save the taxpayer money, we're not going to buy all the spare parts, we only buy those that easily wear and tear. And there's another part, what they call the in-support services. Again, we do not know what does it entail. Then we have the rescue packages. Means that when the submarine sunk to the bottom of the sea and it cannot come out, we have to ask someone to rescue our sailors. All these 3 are not negotiated and has not been included in our package that we have paid. So we need extra money. 3 weeks ago when we had Parliament, we are having extra sessions. We have to go through midnight session just to pass another 500 million ringgit bill in order to pay our submarine costs. How much will end up costing us? The maintenance services, I can give you all the details later, but the maintenance services is going to cost us 226 million a year. And we signed a contract for 6 years. Means that in 6 years, we have to pay Ringgit Malaysia 1.36 billion for keeping our submarine sailing 136 days a year. This is the deal. So we thought, this is very odd. 6 years we could have bought a new submarine just to maintain the submarine. When the age that we were told eat less sugar because the government cannot subsidize anymore, we have to turn off our light when we are in toilets because the TMB just cannot afford any more subsidies, and the government is paying 200 over million a year to keep our submarine going. Ladies and gentlemen, where is our priorities? This is what Dr. Chua said. When the government asked us to save money, but money has been spent on something like the submarine. And that's not all the costs. The rescue packages cost us, I have to check, well, we paid 13%, which is 56 million in advance. But in total, we had to spend 98 million a year just to keep some rescue ships standby just in case our submarine are in danger and they cannot function or something. Every year we have to pay 98 million ringgit Malaysia, and we signed a contract for 20 years. Well, we thought after paying all these things, our submarine is going to function well. now we realize that we didn't only give to the French company, we give to a company called TRC, which is called Target Resource Synergy. It's a local company. I searched it on the net, on the company register. I realized that their specialties is not mechanical engineering. Their specialty is quarrying and housing development. So you have a TRC Synergy company which maintain our submarine, but their expert is quarrying and housing development. The government told us in Parliament, this is about technological transfer. Anyway, we are very glad that we are going to get some local company knowing how to run the submarine. Then, my dear friends, we realized that the submarine has no weapons. The torpedo and missile is not included in the package. We have to renegotiate to buy extra torpedo and missile. We have to buy 40 missile exocets from France, another 30 black shark torpedo. So we have 70 dust of weapon. And that's cost us, every unit going to cost us almost 3 million euro. That's just a torpedo. Then the government told us that we haven't negotiated the maintenance of the torpedoes, which we have to wait for the next month government parliament session to debate about how much it's going to cost us for the maintenance of the torpedo. While we talk all these things, the government say it's secrets. Don't question, we cannot tell you too much. But all these are not secrets. Before sailing, in order for the rescue to be standby, they need to inform the French satellites, the American. The whole world will know where our submarine is sailing. Only our member of parliament doesn't know. The whole world knows we only have 40 dust of exocet missile and 30 torpedo. So that means that our Indonesia can't wait until we finish off that 70 weapons. They can easily take our submarine for free. Listen, I have to tell you the last bad news before I end tonight. All these missile and torpedoes has not delivered to Malaysia yet. It will only be delivered in 2013. So we have to pray very hard. No foreign power is going to attack us around this time because our submarine has no weapon to defend the country. This is a scam to many people, but it's not a joke. That's why William Bourdon was interested. How do a government negotiate to buy such an expensive weapon? End up to be like two big white elephants that cannot be used even if you are interested in war. That's why we believe the story of buying submarine is not about defense. It's about your pockets. It's about a good governance. It's about transparency of the expenditures. It's about priorities. Whether the government is going to put this money for education, for basic utilities, for welfare, or we are going to use this for commission for politicians. And congratulations to Suaram and many other human rights activists, advocates of transparency. They vow to dig to the bottoms of this. They want to find where every cent of taxpayer money is gone. In an hour's time, Bourdon will be on the flights back to France. He told me on the phone before I left airport just now. He said, please convey my regards to the courageous Malaysian people. Continue your fight. He believed the truth prevail. And you can count on me, that's what he said, that I will fight, I will take on this case, I will make sure that we want to find the truth of the matters. Today, fighting corruption and demanding transparency is not just the pursuit of the banana republic like Malaysia. He is saying that this is a global thing. In UK, in Europe, you see Rupert Murdoch. You see people who are so powerful that they control the media, control information. Today, all over the world, be it in Asia, Europe, Latin America, or Africa, the people are rising out to demand for accountability, to demand for the government to be responsible to their own rakyat. Now, we can be very proud to say, the yellow wave of Malaysia is not just about reforming our country. We are joining the global trend to demand for a change of the world, to demand a new world for our next generations. I thank you for all your contributions. I would like to say I'm very touched. In fact, to fight this battle is not easy. Sometimes we find ourselves quite lonely, but luckily, currently we have quite a lot of members of parliament, Mr. William, Mr. Sivarasa, and Tony Pua, and many others now join this. But our voice can only be respected if the people support us. Hereby I thank you again for your support. Thank you. Good night.